fish and you caught me, you'd say, look at that fish, shimmering in the sun. Such a rare one, can't believe that you caught one. If I were a fish and you caught me, you'd say, look at that fish, heaviest in the sea. You'd win first prize if you caught me. Why is everybody on the internet so mean? Why is everybody so afraid of what they've never seen? If I was strolling through and I saw me flopping around and singing my song, I'd say, damn, they're cute and sing along. If I were a rock, you would pick me up and say, that's a nice rock, skippiest on the lake. Plop, 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 I'm the perfect shape. And if I were a sock, you would put me on and say, that's a nice sock, happiest as a pear. I found you, now I'm not scared. Why is everybody on the internet so mean? Why is everybody so afraid of what they've never seen? If I was strolling through and I saw me flopping around and singing my song, I'd say, damn, they're cute and sing along. How lucky are we? Of all the fish in the sea, you get to be you, and I get to be me. Just let 'em be me. We're as free as can be, to be the youest of you, and the meest of me. If I were a fish, do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. If I were a fish, do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. If I were a fish, do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. If I were a fish, do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. This is the funnest thing I've ever done in my life. Yeah!
How? Let's do some stuffs. Yeah, sorry for the hiccup at the beginning. I figured I would update my to-do list so that I can just type in to-do list stuffs in chat. And it something is like not quite working the way I assume it should work. So I'll have to dig into that a little bit more, probably 5 minutes before tomorrow's stream or something. Speaking of, tomorrow's stream is the Archipelago. If anyone's listening and still wants to enter for that, you have pretty much until like midnight tonight to enter the Archipelago over in the Discord. So yeah, what are we doing today? Oh, hello, Varasha. I clapped and Varasha came running over. Hold on. Pick up kitten. Kitten. Scratch the bell. Tell I'm petting a kitten right now. You want to mute for the mic? No, you don't want to mute for the mic. Yeah, I'll put you on the bed. Okay. So yeah, what are we doing today? We are continuing work on the merger game. What we have so far, let's just hit play on this, is you can spawn a creature and you get 1 currency every second per creature you have, and you can spawn infinite numbers of them. So currently I want to make it so that it will only spawn in the next one in order if something's taken up, and if all of them are full, it just doesn't spawn anything. You're looking at videos and I just got more pissed at humanity. Anyways, hi bud. I'm sorry, pissed at humanity. It's kind of rude of them. You tell them to stop. All right, so we need to do a set of if-thens in here. Now, I feel like there's a way to just be like area X, and then it can go to that's like area 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever. We'll look at that in a moment, but first things first. We need to oh shoot, we actually need to first off define if there's something in a space. This is nothing. Human. 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 Yep. Well, don't worry, you can just chill out here where it's totally fine. All right, so I'm gonna pull up the Godot docs. Yep, your favorite words. We actually do need if-then statements now. So what we need to do is we need to figure out how collision area works. Like, does it let us tell if something's in here? Like, I presume we can do a collision of some method. That's what I'm thinking. Why do I have so many fucking tabs? Oh, because I was uploading to Populating and Blue Skies and such, saying that I'm live. Yeah, and I put in the announcement thing on the server that I was live saying, yeah, if anyone has any ideas of what I can make for the art asset for like when I'm going live. Because I just don't know what I'd make for that. For the game streams. These streams. Also, I realized that the art that I'm using of like the Zay laying down, drawing a butt, I made that in 2020. That image is like over 3 years old. It's probably 4 years old at this point. I don't know when I made it. But I've been using that for like 4 years. I really should update that. Alright, oh shoot, what type of thing is this? It's an, well, I know it's an Area 2D node, but what type of Area 2D node? Oh no, it's just called an Area 2D node. Oh. Stream asset, redraw stream. Yep, I mean, honestly, probably. When the received area enters this area, requires monitoring with the true. Re-exited. When received area exits this area. Okay, so that's if I have an area that I want to enter into a thing. Shape 2D of the received area shape enters this area, requires monitoring set to true. Okay, so what we can do is we can actually assign a shape 2D to this. Shape, new circle. This doesn't have to be that big. Like, that's all it really has to be. What is this? Yeah, that's fine. That should work. Maybe. Oh, no, that makes sense. Creature 1, shape. So we have this be a shape. Then we should be able to say, what? Why am I so bad at navigating my fucking windows right now? All right. Yeah, fuck it. We're moving the Twitch thing right here. No, that's weird. I want that on my monitor. I don't like that. Okay. So theoretically, we should be able to detect if another shape is inside this shape. Oh, we're gonna see body enters area. Body can be physics body to tile map, tile map setting, body exited. Oh, we might be able to do this with a node 2D body. It can be a physics body 2D or a tile map. What is a tile map? I just want to see an example of a tile map in use. Okay, it's like that. Oh, so we can just have it be like, oh yeah, if this image is here, then do blank. Oh. Okay, hold on. Node. Area shape entered, body entered. Let's just double check what all these things are. Area shape entered. Body entered. Body enters the area. Body can be 6D or tile map. Monitoring set true. So I can immediately see a possible issue. So what I want is I just want, hey, is there something in this space? Then you can't spawn a creature in this space, right? Okay, that makes sense. Now, what if I'm clicking it to pick it up and I put it down over here. Well, what I have so far is when something entered the space, it triggered the thing. And when and so I would have to make it when it leaves the space. So you pick it up, you put it down over here. It's like, okay, it's no longer here anymore, it's over here. So it left this space, went into this space. But we had to pass over this space, meaning it entered, then exited this space. Since we exited this space, we would disable the, hey, there's something in here, letting us spawn something in here. So what I think we need to do is I need it to be a monitored state, not a if entered, if exited. So can we, yeah, monitorable is on and monitoring is on. So we need to have it monitor that a creature is in it. Why? I just can't navigate my fucking windows right now. Go get more cake. Trying to find area. So yeah, it's like monitoring is set to true. Get overlapping areas, get overlapping bodies, has overlapping areas. Overlapping areas, question part of the... So theoretically this could work. Because this is there any overlapping areas? Which could just be if there's a creature in this area. Then we'd have to be very careful with how we place other creatures into it though. So maybe not. Get overlapping areas. In order to be detected, doesn't show process at the same time. This is modified once during physics, except not immediately after objects are removed. Consider using signals instead. Yep, okay. So that wouldn't work for us because we're gonna have signals. We're most likely gonna have signals to say that we place something here. So, oh, it's like, it's gonna be a thing here because theoretically, I could have a little file in each of these that just says, hey, is there a thing in this space right now? Then don't do anything, right? Or just to monitor their own position. Position as in, do they have an item in them or not? But that's literally what the, like, is there something in it system is. Which, strictly speaking, nothing like this. We might have to do it be a input event. So like when you click, it checks then. We are going to need a click anyways. Let's just... Okay, so now we have a click input. We can play around with that later. Like, we could use kind of what we did with the watering can, where when you clicked on it, it basically picked up the item and it followed the cursor. And then we just have a state where it's like, if the cursor's holding something, that we enable once we have grabbed something. That could work. That could work. Morning, Gunny. Right now, I'm trying to do solve a I'm probably trying to solve a problem in a way that doesn't screw me later, right? I'm not doing the first option that I can do, where when you spawn a creature in, I want to be able to spawn in the next one, then the next one, then the next one, then the next one. And of course, once you get all the way to 25, it doesn't spawn anymore. But what I'm currently thinking through is how do I pick up and move the guys with, like, what detection method can I do to detect that something's in here while letting me pick up and move things that doesn't overlap everything and make it a big frickin' mess. And currently what I'm thinking on Also, Scolipede is a great Pokemon. I love Scolipede so fucking much. I'm gonna try and catch a Scolipede. Great ball. Go. Only gonna throw the one. But, yeah, what I'm thinking is that we might have to have a state for if the cursor currently is holding something. And if the cursor is holding something, it can't spawn a creature. It can't drop in an area that is already taken up. And we can detect if there is something in here. There is like a monitorable state. And we can detect if there is something in it currently. So we could just say, is there something in the state? Check to see if it's mergeable. If it is, then merge them. If it's not mergeable, then don't place it. If it's empty, then put it in. Yep, get a forklift certification. You can pick up guys. Easy. All right, I think we're gonna need a variable for pickup, I guess. Wait, no, we can define this up here, right? Variable pickup equals true. Can we just like initialize that as true? Okay, well, we initialize that as false because currently we start the game without a thing in our hands. I'm dubious with this system because if somehow you can trick it into thinking you can click when you cannot, or you have something in your hands when you don't, or backwards, then that's going to cause a major problem. Bait bug haunts. I'm gonna throw another fucking ball at it. No one else is trying, so I'm gonna try for another Scolipede. Okay. Godot. How to tell if cursor has picked up item. All right. Oh, I feel like this is a question that's probably not gonna be very easy for me to look up the answer to. Whoops. I may have caused myself a problem. Another great ball. Okay, because if it's like we have a variable for being able to pick up, but having something picked up. Oh my god, fucking, you know what? Ultra Ball. Get in the ball. Get in the ball, Scolipede. I want you on my poison type team. But yeah, no, if we have a variable for picking stuff up and you like rapidly click on a location, does that I don't know for certain that can cause a problem, but if I have a logic error somewhere and I don't flip the variable back, then you can pretty much use that to overlap a bunch of items into one space, and that I don't want that. So I'm trying to find a way to not have this. And honestly, only thing I can think, I don't know if I can get around that. Because we need to have a way to detect that you are currently holding something in your cursor. Which, we're not doing click and drag. We're gonna do just click, which I guess we could do click and drag. We'll find a way to click and drag later. Right now it's just click, because I know how to do click. So if we have a... This is where, like, I'm thinking too far ahead. Like, it's smart to think ahead, but I feel like I'm thinking way too far ahead. Because this is like, yeah, you click on a thing, you pick it up, and you go to a thing, you fucking click and drop it off. And if it successfully drops off, then it switched the variable back to false, because you don't have anything in hand. Let's make this holding, because that's going to make more sense reading it later. Think too far ahead when learning code. A thing is how you pigeonhole into the wrong solution. Ask you how you know. Oh, that's terrifying to think of. Yeah, I guess I'm just gonna roll with the variable holding and I'm just gonna roll with it, and I'll find the mistakes along the way. I'll fix mistakes as I find them. I know that there's probably not gonna be a perfect solution. I just feel like there's a better solution. Okay, so variable holding equals false. So when you start the game, you're not holding anything. If holding equals false, then you do these things. What? Oh, duh. If exclamation point holding. I don't know where I get used to that, but if you're not holding something, fixing something proved to be an issue or proved to be capable of improvement, don't optimize for polish preemptively. Premature polish optimization is the death of programmers. I will say that I do want to get into the habit of knowing what my options are, right? Like right now, I am not thinking this in the terms of I have to optimize this to be the best. Right now I'm thinking of, do I go with the thing I know, or do I attempt to find another solution? Even if that other solution might not be as good, it's another tool for me. But then my attempts to, whether I looked up mouse cursor information and such, I didn't find something immediately. So I'm left with doing this solution that I already know, right? Yep, no, Gunny, I see what you're saying. Trust me. I absolutely understand what you're saying. All right, so if you are not holding something, then it will spawn something in the grid. But we need to have... Okay, so now we need to be able to detect if something is in the grid. So we need to do a monitor. Sorry, there's fruit fly flying around. The dart frog's gotten rid of almost all the fruit flies, but a couple of them have gotten out of the tank. The flying ones, the fruit flies I feed them aren't flying. They get rid of all those ones. Also, the dart frogs are being really cute, and they're being far more brave and exploring. And one of them has dug a little tunnel underneath a bit of bark, and it's really cute. All right. Anyways, so first things first is we need to find a way to detect if there's something in here. So area 1, monitoring. There should be a way to have a check on if there's a collision here. So get overlapping areas. So all this does is just tell us if there's an overlapping thing. So it turns a list. Okay, that's a list of intersecting area 2Ds. We want a Boolean of like has overlapping areas. Yep. True if intersecting area 2D, otherwise returns false. Okay. So what we can do is what was that again? Put this on the other screen. If grid area 1 has overlapping areas, print yes. Okay. After if condition? Do I not? Okay. What I think it is that instead. Yep. That's right. I was looking for specifically this thing of grid area 1. Okay. So let's just run this real quick and see if that tells us the information we need. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. So that tells us that we have a overlapping area here. Now, let's just make sure that it doesn't work in reverse. Great, sweet. That's perfect. So now we know that we have overlapping areas here. So if grid area 1 is overlapping areas, okay. Now, this is where this is going to get a little bit weirder. We have to now check the next one. So we need it to step through from area 1 into area 2, and then area 3, then area 4. And obviously, I'm not going to if-then statements 1 through 25 in here. That's just nonsense. So I need to look up how to do like a loop of some sorts while letting me change that value. Okay, I'm finding only animation stuff when I look up loops. So it's not loops. Ah, shit. For loop, while loop, do while loop. Yeah, loops only pulling up animation stuffs. So what is the terminology for this in Godot? Godot, how to do a looping function. Oh, for loop, while loop, to do... Oh, okay. Do-wop-de-loop. So I found main loop. Is abstract-based classic games project's game loop. It's narrated by scene tree. The main loop is implemented to be provided to an OS. I don't know if this is quite what we're looking for. That seems wrong. Like, am I crazy? I do programming skills to find loops with the rays weirdly satisfying to use. Oh, they are really satisfying though. When you set up a loop that properly executes and it gives you all the information and it processes itself fully, it's like watching one of those really old automata work where it's just it does everything on its own. You're asking us basic fundamental programming bang.c. Let me grab docs page for you. Thank you. Howdy, Mask. Yeah, I know I'm looking for something very, very core and basic. I guess I'm just looking for how, like, what page tells me how I can implement it in here. Because what I need is I need this to happen. And if it doesn't work, it then checks area 2, which means I have to swap this from area 1 to area 2. So this would be like area variable 2 or something, right? And then if that has an overlapping area, and then the next one, all the way down to 25. And if and after 25 loops, if it doesn't successfully find a thing, then it just doesn't, drain the currency or whatever, right? Also, I just realized we need to actually start us with, let's just say 10 resource. Because that just makes more sense. You start with some resource. Fuck it. Start with just one resource. That allows you to get your first creature. You can also make this take away your resource, because then all you have to do is just trigger the function change amount here. Okay, I think in creature base. Yep. So what we can do is it adds the child and then it does -1 on resource 1 change. Let's just see if that works. So you'd -1. Hey, it takes 1. Awesome. And now we have a currency. The currency is now in use. By the way, I'm so fucking happy that I was just able to throw that in. Let's go. I was basically shown how to do that by Wolby the first game, but you know, you learn by doing. You learn by being told. All right. Introduction, dynamic languages. Ooh, okay, yep, we're at the basics of this. Let's go. All right. Print value, print value. Okay, yep, function, print value. All right, let me pull this up here. Getting into the weeds of it. Okay, so this is referencing to other things. Use class instance. I don't know those other ones, so it's not gonna work. Do something. Creates a reference. Pass a reference will be unreferenced and deleted. Oh, interesting. These the only base types, integer, float, string, and vector types, are passed by values to functions. Values copied. Everything else, instances, arrays, dictionaries, errors, passes reference. Then I have ref counts. Okay, so that's and then arrays, which thankfully I do vaguely understand arrays. I almost wonder if we can get away with doing this as an array. Like have an array of 1 through 25, and it just checks in the array where 1 is taken up. And it just uses the first instance in the array to drop the creature in. Because then we only have to check the array once. We don't have to do like an if-then repeating constantly. Yep, and then you say, then it's a yep. Oh boy. Array is a fish. Yes, it is. Instead, array can be made when creating the grid in code. Wow. Which we'll get to how to do that when we remake the grid. When we remake the grid. That's what we're going to do when we remake it. Okay. So on ready, we want to generate an array. Oh. Okay, arrays and dynamically typed languages and different types of database inside all this dynamic could be resized anytime compared to example arrays and statistically typed languages. And GT script. Okay, variable array equals, and then we have to type it out. Resized and passed as reference. Interesting. Remaking the gritty? Maybe later. It's gonna be hard to remake the gritty. Can I rename the array? Wait, how do I name it? Or is that just not a thing? Hitting the gritty win. Oh, I'm on the gritty right now. Okay, so then we're just gonna do zeros for all of them. This is stupid. Oh, okay. So because I can store anything as a variable, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that should be 25 instances of 0. The variable is the name. Okay, so... Oh, in the brackets is what defines it as an array. That makes sense. Okay. No, that's making sense. They have to be a variable in Godot. I would have just explicitly declared it as an array. I'm going to be modifying it a lot, and so I assume I need to make it a variable. I guess they do say, they do have it listed as var array in all of these, so it's like var. That might be a thing, I don't know. All right, and so how do I reference? Is that the double such as lists? Array, pop front, append 4 and 5, or unordered sets. If A is in this array, then print we have a winner. Okay. Well, it's making sense to me, thankfully. Var is the declaration of a variable in Godot. It's not a strongly referenced language. E.g., you can store an integer in a variable that previously held a string, overwriting what that variable contains. It makes sense to me. Door easily dictionary. See the Battleship game example. Oh, that's actually kind of fun. They have a Battleship game built into this. Things must be used to mark up quick structures. Lewis, this is gonna be Lewis style support. Okay, that's Lewis style support. The variable is restricted to the type you declare it to be. All right, so in other languages, if I said this variable is an array, and then later on I said variable grid array equals string hello world, it'll just like say fuck you. It's like, you can't do that. That's an array. You can't just say it's a string. But in this, if I then said variable grid array equals, you know, hello world string, then in this case, it's like, yeah, it's a string now. That variable is now a string. You just told us the variable is a string now. It's a string. And it'll then replace that array with just saying a string of hello world. Okay. That makes sense to me. For and while. During using C-style loop is several sequences. Because of this, you use opinion decision to have for in loops for S in string prints S. Oh, for the number of. Okay. For stronger, it's going to be a lot more explicit, and I think that's also valid. It's like there's a reason why so many different languages work in so many different ways. I assume that there's a lot of benefits to that, as well as benefits to not having an explicit reference. It's known as duck typing. It looks like a duck. It is a duck. If I tell it's a string, it's a string. Okay, this is making a lot of sense to me. So basically, I can say, okay. So basically using this, I can pretty much say, hey, is there a 1 in here? If there is, check. I need to find a way to check the first instance of a 1 and then get that location, find that number and confer that to an area number, which I just realized I'm probably going to have to rename these 0 through 24. Just to save myself some sanity, so I have to like add a 1 at the end later. But whatever. Explicit typing is safer. You can get errors with IDE editor. Duck typing is entirely dynamic, so the IDE can't tell if you're going to break something usually and assumes you intend to replace things. Yeah, I get that. Knowing my hacky way of building stuff, though, it's very likely that I am going to inevitably like take a string, refer that into an integer, and then turn that integer into like part of an array or something. So it's like I feel like I'm probably going to end up preferring this style. But error detection is very, very nice to have in a more explicit language then. All right. Okay, so let's read a bit here. So constraint ship hit water hits. And this is vectors, that's locations on a grid. And then missile position, if position and board. Position and board. We defined this, and then position is, I guess, what you feed into it. So yeah, so position is like where you're saying to hit. And if that is inside the board, so if like a 0 is in, if 0 is in grid array, okay, hold on. 0 in grid array. Yeah, I know, it's gonna tell me some errors for a bit. Okay, we're double screening this for a second. It's so small of a space. Better. Not by much. That is one downside of learning code via scripting in an engine. If it uses duck typing, very common, because you aren't told something's bad often or get lost in your own sauce of what things are, or worse, try to diagnose a bug in your code and a stream comes the number you don't know where. That's something I'm familiar with Sammy. I guess it is more explicit. I do have to very directly tell it to turn a string into a variable and such, but I have had a lot of problems where it's like, I didn't know this thing was a string. Fuck. It's like having to diagnose and find it is a problem on there. So it's kind of, it feels like worse of both worlds in that regard. All right. If 0 is in the grid array, then we need to get that. We need to get the first 0. We need to find out a way to tell where the first 0 is. 1 second. There's a 0 in the array. 0 meaning empty space. Forward. Oh, and we can have like constraints, so I don't have to have like a 1 and a... Oh, I can make this easier on myself and be like, constraint, ship, water, and hit is 0, 1, and 2. That's fun. I'm not going to in this case. Emoji Espandado. Thanks so much for the follow. Let's go. Yeah, constant. Yep. Oh, I said constraint, didn't I? Anyways. Howdy, Mark. All right. So I need to find a way to know where the first instance of a array is, or a thing in the array. Array, new integer 4, create array. Oh wait, no, this is, yeah, this is a different language. It's a little bit confusing. Do something. So, okay, this is a different thing. Use array passed as a pointer. What is that? No, wait, that's the other array. Can be resized, pass as reference, freed when no longer in use. It's like, I feel like we don't need to resize it. Anyone can talk about array.pop front. That's interesting. Unordered sets, yep. Okay. So find array, find location in array. Godot 4. Find an index in an array? Index array. Array.find. Okay, so we can do .find. One second. There index equals grid array dot find 0. So that means we have to find where the 0 is, and that will give us a index number or -1 if there isn't one found. Which means we could get rid of the if there's a 0 in it and instead, well, no, we would have to do if. Yeah, no, this is fine. This is fine. I don't think that would be that much cleaner. So yeah, so we find where the 0 is, and we save that as a thing called index. Then that will give us a number starting at 0 Meaning we would have to increment this up by 1 or... Okay. No, we're just gonna rewrite all these real quick. I just bite the bullet now. Again, I'm certain that, you know, if I did the system... Oh, fuck me. Area 4. I'm certain if I did that system where we did this in code, I could just regenerate this using the code easily. But I'm gonna be a little brute force while I'm doing this, so thank you all for your patience. Fourteen, 15, 16. I just hit tab? Nope. Awesome. And then 24, and that should give us all the things. So that will get us that, yeah, that'll find us the location. Then, oh my gosh. Now we need to find a way to put this number, so index, into here. And I don't know if we can do like that, if that's allowed. No, it's not. Use call if it's callable. What is call? Callable. Built-in variant type that represents a function. You can give your method an object instance or a standalone function not related to any object, like a lambda function. Like all variant types, they can be stored in variables and passed to other functions, most commonly used for signal callbacks. I don't know if that works here. Like trying to read this on the other screen here, which pull this over if I'm going to be reading it. It's like, this is what it's trying to tell me. Can I call on an expression? Right now I have this as check grid area 0 if it has any overlapping areas, but I need to check if the index where we just found in the array is empty, if that has an overlapping area. And then we keep going. So it's like, I need to be able to swap this from area 0 to like area index. Something of that nature, right? It's like, right now, area 0, and I'm hard locked to area 0. Use string formatting to make your node string using the index. Then use that get node to get the node. String formatting to make your node string using the index. Then you get node to get that node. Okay. I'm trying to read this. So it'd be area, instead of area 0, it would be area index. Dang it. Okay. Well, no, it wouldn't be area dot index. Would it be like this? No. Oh my god. And then how do I identify that as the variable index? hold on. I know this is an easy answer, and it's just brain. Nope, that's not correct. How do I identify that variable? What? Hold on a second. I'm gonna pull up the string formatting stuffs again. Fucking song. And a lot of stuffs for how to find something in a string. Fuckity fuck 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 fuck. Fucking fuck fuck. Fuck 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 fuck. Fuckity fuck fuck fuck. Fuck. Mood. Is that the string? Yeah, it's the fuckity string. Eye on belly. Hot on belly when owie. Yay! Yeah, no, the string is just all the fuckities. Yep, howdy, Neo. Oh, is this gonna be just like index? No, that's not correct. Oh my god, I'm trying to remember how the hell to call this fucking variable. How to refer to variable in Godot 4. Fight robots and eat popcorn chicken. Unfortunately, I'm out of all of this. There's no robots, there's no static chicken? Well, I tried that, but it wouldn't that. No, because that's not in quotation marks, so it wouldn't be a thing. Well, it's still giving me an error. We're expecting another one of these after call arguments. See, that's still not... I think I have to make this a thing, right? So this would be... What's the purpose of this? Open space equals this string. Okay, it's really saying it's expecting a closing bracket. What the fuck? Oh, do I have to do like a comma something? That's right, because I changed what it's doing. Yep, I just realized that the string formatting is different than this. It's not just like a straight through thing. Okay. Oh, the placeholder is the the percentage. Good.
Stretch your wrist, Zane.
All right, stretching the wrist while I read. The string you want is only the path to the node, nothing else. And you don't need to call string. Oh, jeez. That's right, because it's loosely defined, so I don't have to make it into a string and then make it not a string anymore. I can just make a string out of it and then use that directly. Okay. Stretching my wrist. I have to hold it for quite a while, actually. Snom is friend-shaped. Make string of node path. 2. Pass that string into get node to get the node. Store into a variable. Use that variable. Access has overlapping area. Storm's also friend-shaped. Storm is friend-shaped. Okay, sorry, I was stretching my wrist there, so I couldn't enact anything you're saying. Sorry. Yeah, so we just need the node path. One second. Oh my god, what did I just have for the fucking variable name here? 1 second. Open space, that makes more sense. Open space. Oh my gosh. Format string. Really? What? Hold on a second. Okay, yeah, node path makes more sense, actually. Node path equals... Yeah, I saw you say don't call string, but I didn't think of an alternative for that. Format string. Oh, wait, no. What am I saying? We're not format string. Oh my god. Grid dot area and then that. Fuck. What do you mean? Okay. Formats. String formatting creates a string for you. Are you saying like variable where there we go. I had to put that in there. Grid area of that. Oh. Gunny is like having an aneurysm in chat. I am so sorry, Gunny. I am so sorry. All right, now then. And then we just have to and then that indexes. Okay. And then we put... Oh, wait. And I have to make another string that has the indexing? Var open spot equals node path where on earth is my... I'm like forgetting where everything is. Alright, node path. Wait, then how do I have to define... And then this, and then index. Bare node path. Oh, wait. So putting that index at the end will tell it that that's the full node path? Huh. That's really convenient. Also, I'm assuming that the D is not intentional in that. Like, you don't want me to slap a random ass D in there, because that doesn't make any sense. All right. What do you mean the D is needed? I'm looking at the formatting thing. I'm not seeing any mention of a D. Unless it's like somewhere... Oh, okay, so that D puts a number in it. Oh. Okay, cool. There's a thing in the docs. You gave me no time to read all of this, so chill out if I say I'm reading it and you're telling me how to do something. And it's like fucking scrolled way farther down and I have to read this specific part and understand what that means. Ah! Yeah, it means double. You double index. All right, so now the variable is that. D's nuts! God. All right, and then I should just be able to do node path. Boop. Okay, so how do I tell it that that is the variable known as node path? Variable node equals node. Oh my god, we have to do so many more steps. Ah! Equals get node and then the full, yeah, and then I guess just node path, and then this can just be node. Well, if we already had the... No, wait, why are we defining this twice? Because this is already the node path. We don't need to define this again, surely. If we can just put in this variable right here, then it should be fine. If a node path is not a node, okay, well, how does that change? Because we're looking for this specific, we're looking for the pathway to this node. What? Is how you find a node. But we had it found? We know where it is? We found it? It's right here at the index? Is that not a node path? To find a node? Or am I misunderstanding something with this? Clearly I am. But like, if the purpose of finding the node is to get the variable node, which is the node path, is this not a node path for purpose of what we're doing? Because the pathway to find the node is go to grid, go to the area number that we have, so area 0, we found the node, it's right here. Or if, you know, it's in the fifth area, then it's down here, I guess down here, because it's the fifth one, it's number 4. Where it's, we find grid, we find area 4, we found it, that's the node. Is that not, how is that different from a node path? Genuinely asking. What are you making? I'm trying to make a game where it's just like a merger style game, and right now I'm trying to make it so that it will place the creature in the first available spot. So we're trying to find what the first available spot is and place the creature in that correct location. By the way, this is just finding like the first available spot. Actually, yeah, no, that will work. What am I saying? I'll have to say like, well, what if we need to find the 4th spot because the first one's taken? It's like, well, no fucking duh. We'll just find the first available one. It kind of, it's a merging style. You pick up and relocate the stuff. Okay, so let me get learned here. Okay, so it's true that Godot lets you declare a path and reference it directly. Under the hood, that $ is calling get node. You are calling get node yourself. So you don't need to do string formatting each time you reference the node. You do the lookup once this way. Hold on a second. Okay, let's see, under the hood, that $sign is calling get node. You are calling get node yourself, so you don't need to do the string formatting each time you reference the node. You do the lookup once this way. Would it be doing the string? Would it be doing the lookup more than once? Because we're only checking if the grid has a 0 once, and then we only do this one time. I guess per time we hit the button, sure. Which I suppose that would get the node path the first time. But we are referencing it multiple times. You're right. We are actually referencing it multiple times because we're going through and mentioning it multiple times in here. Yeah, that makes sense now. Okay, I understand. I understand. Now, why the fuck is Node not giving us a thing? Because variable Node has overlap. Is that not? I'm losing my brain. The current error is because you declare the variable under that if. That's called scope, where you declare something limits its access / lifetime. Declare something under the thing. Well, we don't declare node afterwards. Error is because you declare the variable under that if. Oh, we declare it under this if. So I guarantee to run so that the variable has not changed, does not exist. Got it. So if we did this, which it should be. Ah, yay! Hooray! Okay, that makes more sense. Because, like, I thought that I had to do something else to tell it that that's a variable. That's what was throwing me off, but no, it was... I just didn't read the fucking error. The classic Zayism. I didn't read the error. Thank you for your patience, Gunny! Okay. So yeah, we got the node path. Okay, I'm gonna actually tag these. Because I'm probably going to have to look back at this later on, so I want to understand my stuffs. And this is how I keep notes to memorize things. Oops. I'm familiar with Godot, but G-Sharp's own language where it doesn't rely on brackets. Like C# ran statements like VB, but uses tabs, lines, basic routines, functions, statements. Yes. Yep. You can change the first if to if 0 not in grid array or whatever syntax Godot has. If you return to exit the function early, you don't need to put everything under that if. Probably fair. Change the first if to if 0 not in grid array. There it is. Not it now. Okay. Figured. Let's do... let's just find what the exact thing for this is. It's like you omitted a space? Yay! Ah, fuck me. I was trying to read through it all too. Battle's still broken? I would say don't. I don't know if they are or not, and I'll be honest, if Sammy breaks right now, I'm just turning off Sammy for the rest of the stream, because I can't edit Sammy while live. And my brain's focused on this currently. Okay, so if there isn't a 0 in it, then we'll... One second. We'll look left and put return under the if instead. Wait. Oh. Okay, so if there isn't a 0 in the code array, then it just doesn't continue. Well, I was gonna have an else for your... It tells you don't have any space left. Yeah, I was gonna say, it's like that's not... It's not helpful here. Yay, I learned something! Like, that is definitely useful. Why is that? Oh, because this has to be... What? Oh, no, god damn it, me. Oh, because I... Don't mind me! Yep, I indented the F as well. I found the error! Alright, let me finish marking out my fucking... I'm taking notes on for my test later. Your if and comment? Correct. That was actually a core part of your entire thing. I had to undo all of what you told me. Bad. There's a 0, right? Okay. Whoop. Node has overlapping areas. Text if there's a creature in the space, which we don't need anymore. We're gonna comment this out. We might come back to this for the merging thing. All right. If holding, you have an item in hand. If you don't have an item in hand, actually, let's just do this. If 0 in grid array and not holding, because we don't care if you're holding something or not if there's nothing in the fucking grid array. Genuinely? Oh, as in read this right now or read this after stream? Node path, pre-parsed relative absolute path in a scene tree for use with node.getNode and similar functions. It can reference a node, a resource within a node, or a property of a node or resource. Example, path to default sprite texture size would refer to size. Just double check and get this 4.2. There's a child of other named nodes in the path. Usually just pass a string to node.getNode and get automatically converted, but you may occasionally want to parse a path ahead of time with node path or the literal syntax path. Exporting a node path variable will give you a node selection widget within the properties panel of the editor, which ought to be useful. Node paths give us a list of slashes paired node names like file system path, optional colon separator of subnames, user resources. Some examples node path includes the following: immediate child A, A's child B, dot the current node, the parent node, sibling node C, grandparent node. Interesting. Going to get tree, get root. So drop the dollar shorthand, ask Godot to get node for you. Welcome back. Yeah. Also, 1 second. I just realized that because of this, I can do node. And drop that. Yep. I was already grabbing it too. I was already changing that too. Okay. Oh, let's see if this works. Crashed. Okay. Crashed here. Creature spawn, node not found, grid.area0 relative to root/main. It says that this is not a relevant location. But area 0 is right here. It's not in collision area, I believe. It is just area 0. That's what we were spawning these things in initially. Oh, fuck. Good catch. Okay. So it doesn't spawn it in the next location. Oh, because we haven't updated the fucking array. We have all the stuff to detect the array, but it doesn't actually update the array. Okay. So yeah, now we have to, so now we have to tell it, hey, now that you fucking put something here, you have to change that 0 to a 1. And since we already have the index, what we can do is, for the array function, where is, Oh, hold on 1 second. Just found this. It's grid array, resize 25. Grid array dot fill 0. I assume I have to put these into the function for ready. Oh my god. Yep. So that'll just automatically make this 25 big. Yay! 25 big and make it 0. Useful in case I want to change stuff up later on. Fuck yeah. I just found that while I'm scrolling through this. Alright, so we need to change a number Okay, so that's fine. Variant fronts, get typed built-in, awesome. Get typed script, boolean has. Insert, does that change the total size of this? Comes to provide global shows variant max, variant min. Pick random, that's funny. Oop, let's just put this over here. Pick random. I could see myself using a pick random a lot. Research its elements of the array at the index. Negative positions considered relative to the end of the array. Leaves the array untouched. Returns null. Pop back, pop front, push back, push front, reduce, remove, resize, reverse, refine, shuffle, size, slice, sort, sort custom. Array operator, boolean operator. Is there not? No, there has to be a way to like change it. Isn't it going to be like, oh gosh, it's going to be like array equals and then like index something. Oh, no. Oh, I'm gonna need to learn arrays so fucking much. It's the first occurrence of a value from the array. The value does not exist in the array, nothing happens. Okay, so remove at instead. Your index equals new value? Wait, is that actually something that can work? Hold on a second. Okay, hold on a second then. That would be grid array at I guess it would just be index equals 1. So I would just change that to a 1. Grid array, yeah, so that finds that index number in this array and it makes it a 1. That makes logical sense. That makes logical sense. Hold on a second. Hey! Hey-oh! Now let's see what happens when it maxes out! That's probably not good. Also, did that do that in the wrong order? Like, if this is working correctly, it's working correctly. Yep, those two are backwards. Wait, that's right, I can't just like move these. Grumble, grumble, grumble. 2021 are backwards. Howdy! Which actually, I can just change these names to 21 and 20. I have to read 21 because these are completely interchangeable right now. So the fact they're in different locations doesn't change anything. I don't know how they were backwards. Boom, done. I don't know, I just placed them wrong. That's basically the only thing that's happening with that. Okay. Hooray! Now we need to make sure that resource manager, our resources aren't negative. Our resource can't go negative. So we need to check the current amount of resource 1 that we have in the resource manager. Okay, so this is resource change, but we need to first check how much we have, and that is stored here. So, in order to check this amount, where did we define resource manager again? Or is that just defined over here? Yeah, okay, that's just defined over here. Okay, resource manager dot resource one. We'd have to do an if here. Oh, did that weird. Reasons. If we don't have any resource one, just return. Hey! That actually fucking worked! Let's go! Now, just to make sure that this is working at the right timescale, let's have this wait like, you know, I don't know, 6 seconds. So I can't add anything else. It made one, and now we can make another one. We can't do anything else. Okay, this is working. Yeah, and it's giving me all the resources at the correct time. That's... Oh, the core of the game is almost made! All right, print. Give no cash, and then return. Oh, I have to put these in quotation. Else print. You have no space, spav. Oh. Do I have to have this like be like that? Because it's underneath this one? What is this? I'm having to go and look up how the fuck I did my if-then statements before. Oh, no, that's just be back, right? Yep, I did. I found it out. You're hitting a lot of new concepts there. And that's why I wanted to do this game, because I knew it was so fucking different from my previous one. Like, I went hard with, like, super opposite concepts for what I did before. It was either this or, like, a puzzle platformer, because that would force me to use physics. Which is probably going to be the game after this. But, like, that's for later to figure out. Yep. Learn fast and fail often. Alright. So, yeah, we have our grid. Oh, I'm also going to label these. Makes the variable for the grid array. Makes the grid array 25 big. Fills the grid array with zeros. Oh, when you get into physics, I'll know as well. I've not done that since college on a different engine, and I don't make games that work. What's funny is that the game that I want to make eventually, I don't think we'll have physics at all, but to my knowledge, Godot actually has a pretty decent inbuilt physics system, so I'll probably be able to find it out. Not as knowledge, but I find knowledge. Yeah, I feel like the physics is actually going to be easier to figure out than some of this stuff. Like, genuinely, I think it'll be easier than I thought. Not easier to figure out than this stuff, because this stuff's fairly straightforward. It's just I'm making it harder. You have no cash, you have no cash, no, I have no cash. All right, let's fill up then. You have no space, you have no space, you have no space, you have no space. Oh, but it's not spawning it. Whoops. Oh, is this else up here? Oh, do I have to have this be else if? Because this, is it in line with this if? Because it's saying that I have no space, but it was constantly giving me more things. So if 0 and grid array and we're not holding, which we're default not holding. Yeah, you're right. It's the grid array. If 0 and grid array is what's not working here. Squeak doesn't physic. Squeak only. Squeak. Alright. So yeah, it is giving me the else. So it is saying 0 and grid array. Oh wait, no. No, that wasn't... Was that giving me more? Hold on, here's what we're gonna do. Where is creature base? We're gonna set this timer to like 5 seconds. Fuck it, 10 seconds. Because we have to make sure that these... Actually, no. Set them to one shot. So they'll trigger once and then they won't trigger again. So in 1 second, they'll give me only one. So I'll be able to make the next one. "25 seconds later. But if I get another one after... if I spawn creature and I get another one after it's full and gives me the error message, then I know I don't have another one. I could have just had it be like, you know, print the array or something. Thinking on it. You have no space. Okay. So, yep. It works fine. It works fine. Okay. So, you are allowed to have empty space. I'm just worried that it, like... Well, I guess... The only thing I'm worried about is, accidentally clearing out, like one of these, thinking I had more empty space than I actually did have. Alright. So, we need a new function, because now we need to pick up a creature and move it to another location. Move creature. If node has overlapping, but we haven't defined the node. That's all up here. So does that mean that we have to... Hold on a second. Like, we know that this will do this. We know that blank has overlapping space. That will detect if there's a thing in the space. What we need to do is we need to... Oh, it's going to be kind of annoying. We might need to have a specific function for looking at where we are in the array and getting the index for what we're clicking on. Well, no, maybe not, because this just defines where the first spot is. We don't care where the first spot is. We want to know where we are. So our attempt to search in the array is different than this attempt to search in the array. So we shouldn't be copying that. We shouldn't be trying to make a thing to find where in the array we are, where the first spot in the array is, and everything like that in one function. If that's an isolated thing, we'd never have to reference that thing again. Like that we don't have to find the first spot again. That's fine. Okay, so what we have to do is we have to detect which area we are in. What we can do is... we want... Oh, fuck, what was it? Oh, it's a great song. It's Pig Step, the remix / cover from Kumu. Such a good song. Okay. So we want to... I know that we have an input... Oh, I'm trying to remember how to do that input and how we click on an area. Fuck it, pull it up my other code. Plant watering. Hello, plant water. My old friend. Fun, you taking care of yourself? Okay, watering can box. Well, that's a totally different thing. That's a texture rect. GUI input texture rect. Huh. Is there a good number of people in the community that made them? I don't think there's a good number of people in this community that have made them. No. All right, so what I'm thinking is, well, for one, I think I need to fucking save this project. We need, oh God, we need our mouse cursor to tell us where we are. So we just need to know whenever we enter any of the shapes. But that's, ooh, gosh. Okay, trying to think through processes of how to determine where we are. First thought is we just have a fucking trigger detection for every single fucking location. And it says, oh, you're currently hovering over area 2 because that one is currently triggered, right? But that's stupid. Node event input shape, 1 second. Input event occurs around input clickable to be true and at least one collision layer to be set. Oh, okay, so we can actually have a specific function for triggering like area 2. But we would need all 25 of them here. And that's only when you click on it. So we would have to have this 25 times, which is stupid. So, can we get a... Just disconnect that. We need to get a thing for detecting where our mouse cursor is. To the documentation! Yeah, search docs. Mouse location. Mouse input coordinates. Doo-ba-doo-boo. Sucking on a chili dog. Sucking on a dog. Sucking on a chili dog. Staying on the bathroom floor though. It's cold, comfortable, hopefully clean. I get it. All right, viewport display coordinates. I get viewport, get mouse position. Okay. Well, that gets mouse position itself. Let's wait. Viewport for the mouse position. Mouse mode is set to input mouse mode capture. The event position value from input mouse motion is the center of the screen. Use event relatives, event position, and event velocity. Okay, that's fine. Ooh. So if we get where we are, well, I just want to know if we're hovering over one of the locations. How to detect if mouse cursor is hovering over. Well, maybe I can get away with it in here. We have a child node enters the scene tree. Nope. Child exiting tree, child ready, renamed, replace it by. Okay, none of that's valid. He's not suffering over area 2D. Godot 4. To Google. Wait. I'm making this more complicated than I have to be. I can just do this in process. We can just do the process and it can just check the areas to see if any of them are being hovered over. Because these have an inspector for, like, if a mouse cursor is hovering over them or something. Collision area. Also, no again. Second. Okay, his friend. Okay, this is 4 years ago, though. I can already tell some of that information wasn't super correct. Area 2D inherits collision object 2D, which is signal mouse entered from the docks. Mouse pointer enters any of the object shapes required input pickable to be true, and only one collision set bit. Make sure your input pickable is on the inspector and have collision layer selection. Check out docks to set up signals. Okay, as far as I can tell, I'm gonna need to have a fucking signal detection for all of these, which feels maddeningly inefficient to have 25 different instances of an error detection. It's like, theoretically, I could have any of them, if they're enabled, to just tell, set a variable to saying that, yeah, one of them is being hovered over, and they all just share that same variable, and it can only ever be a 1 at most, just to be like, yeah, no, one of us is being hovered over. And then if any of them are set and you click, that means you have to be hovering over something, and then you can detect which one you clicked on, but you still have to have a detection for which one you clicked on. I feel like this, ooh. Each object node runs its own code. It really is, yeah. Yeah. Fuck. Right? Okay. Yeah. If I want to make this super messy without doing that, it is going to require that I have a input trigger detection for literally every single node. And when they're clicked on, it detects if there's another body in it. If there's another body in it, then it does the thing. Which would be, again, 25 instances of this. I can make a code in each one of these. But that's in collision area. I guess that, strictly speaking, isn't the worst, but I do need these to be named. Okay, fucking... How do I delete that? Detach script. So, like, area 0, and then I have to make a script for each one of these, and it's area 0 GD, and this would just be, oh my god. Node, and this would be input event. Yeah. What? Oh, I put that into main. Whoops. Disconnect. I want you to know when you are clicking on a thing. It's fine, buddy. Oh, do I have to... Oh, connecting from... Well, yeah, I have to have... Whenever you are clicked on, report event shape. Okay, event is... What did I have? I think it's just click. whenever you are clicked on, let's just real quick print clicked. Is that not valid? Oh, duh, I need to put it in quotes. Yay! Alright. Oh! Oh, because I didn't pass at that. Fuck. That's a Porygon Z! Okay, right now it's if I'm hovering over it. We want if I'm clicking on it. Project settings. Left mouse button. Yeah, it's just click. Okay, so dinner today is way too much cheese and garlic. Did you just put garlic on top of cheese? And it's just like, that's dinner. Or cheese on top of garlic. Probably make more sense. It's a great combo. I would have if no one stopped me. Valid. Alright, looking up area 2D. Yeah, that sounds amazing. Alright. Entered, body shape exited. Enumeration, space override, property description. Okay, I'm trying to find the oh no, that's in collision objects, isn't it? Yep. Collision object. I need to find the collision object things. Okay. Now I have this. Input event, input report event, integer shape virtual. Okay, we want input event. Except unhandled input events. Shape index is a child index is shape 2D. Connect to input event to easily pick up these events. Event requires input pickable to be true and at least one collision layer bit to be set. This requires input pickable to be true. I don't see any input pickable here. Do I have to define that? Or is that like... It's not up here either. That's mild annoyance. Kima Biryani? I know that's a word that you just said. It's a thing. Okay. I think I found something that might help. Where the fuck is it? It's up here. Emitted when an input event occurs. Requires input pickable to be true, and at least one collision layer bit to be set. See input event for details. Okay, so signals, input event. It just requires one be hit. So if we go down to input event, accepts unhandled input events. Shape IDX is the child index of the clicked shape 2D. Connect to the input event to easily pick up these events. Could I do, like, hear me out, on main, could I do a, like input event, one second, how the fuck did I have this phrased? That is not helpful at all anymore. Indian rice dish, Kima's spiced minced meat. Oh, okay. Oh. Event. Oh my god, and then this scrolled to the wrong spot, so I have to re-scroll to where I am again. And then we would do viewport. Oh my god. Ah! Viewport. Click. Oh, but it wants to find Kimadon about vegetarian. Ashwari is better anyways. A lot of Indian dishes are fucking amazing. And a lot of Indian dishes are also inherently gluten-free too. So like I'm set. But no, this says that it can handle it accepts unhandled input events. What does that mean in this instance? Like, I'm trying to figure out, is like, can I do this to just detect if an input event has happened on a collision area, like at all, because a collision area input event has just been triggered because it accepts unhandled input events. Like, am I crazy? Oh no, that's not helpful at all here. It's a non-filling filling made of nuts and coconut, like a dry version of korma. Ooh. Ooh. Fucking, don't make me want food. But no, I think I'm grasping at straws with that one. Let's go back to area 1. Okay, shape IDX. I don't know what integer shape IDX is. The child index of the clicked shape 2D. Connect input event to you pick up these events. I guess? Shape, I don't know. Yeah, but it's saying clicked whenever I move my mouse cursor inside of it. I don't need that. I want it to only do so when I click on it. Input pickable. I just found the input pickable thing as well. Let's go. Oh, and there isn't a thing in here. It's just area 2D has a... See, but their mouse entered is a totally different thing. I worked at a call center every other Thursday. I would get either biryani or curry from a place called Spice Hut. I'm so... Fuck yeah. See, it's triggered to left mouse button, not just left mouse, or mouse is moving onto the freaking space. That's really bizarre. I'm trying to think this one through. Sorry, y'all. Mouse shape enter. Called when this mouse pointer enters any of this object's shapes or moves from one shape to another. Shape IDX is the child index of the newly entered shape 2D. Requires input to pickle to be true and at least one collision layer to be... Wait, so you're telling me that there's a fucking... Can I put all these collision areas inside of this? And have it just detect which area it's in? Based on the child name? I think? Oh, I feel like I'm at the point where like I'm getting desperate. I'm trying to find something. I guess I'm also trying to understand why this thing that isn't working the way I thought it would. Let's actually pull up my other project. What did I do for this one? This wasn't an area. This was a texture rect, which is a GUI input. But if we go into the plant thing, go into script, sorry. Okay, so watering can, that's the amount in it. That's watering can box GUI input. Event. Input event mouse button. Project? Yeah, no, it was in the right area. But map. Left mouse button, all devices, called click. It. Input event, mouse button, an event pressed. But that's not what I named it? So does that just not use that input at all? Then what's the point of having the input be click? What? This doesn't use click. Unless I define input event mouse button higher up. And event pressed. And if the event is pressed, I am... Huh, I'm very confused. Yeah, because we have input event mouse button. All things I can find say that this should be the input, which I have just set to click, which should be only when I click on it. And so it's a function that only triggers on the input event of click. Node event input event shape IDX. Emitted when an input event occurs. So does it only care when any input event happens? Well, then why does it ask for the event semicolon input event? Nope. Yeah, that's really bizarre. Like, I know mouse entered and exited are things. Child node enters the tracing. Yep. Receive area and visit area. Received area exits this area. Also realize that groups are a thing, and we could probably merge all these together into a group, and they would share a fucking. One second. Whoa. Okay. Anyways. So because I have all these in a group. Yes, thank you. Okay, so node group. Let's just disconnect this real quick. can I do... Let's see what this happens. What do you too? Yeah. Thank you to you. I do this, but I don't know the language well enough to know how to write it. Yep. Honestly, I don't know the language well enough to write what I want to do either, so mood. Okay, and it is only on the one. It's not on all of them. Okay. So that does not do a thing. Why isn't this... It's like connecting from into main. Advanced. Can I select my... Like, click is not a available option here. So why is there... Cancel that. Quick settings. Input map. Show built-in actions? Ooh. Okay. These are all the UI stuffs. That's just funny to see all of these in here. And then click. Yo, dog. I don't know why that's not showing up as an option. Like, that should be an input event. Can I make Godot for mouse an input event? Q-Circuit! Hello, hello, and welcome on by. I'm just slowly going insane. Don't mind me. If event button index equals button left event. Okay, when was this post? This is in 4x. Okay. Put event mouse is the base class for mouse events. It contains position and global position properties inheriting from two classes: event mouse button, input, event mouse motion. Well, then why have a, like, what is the purpose of being able to have a click as an input if it's just in a There's press events. There's no concept of a mouse wheel click being released. Okay. Example, your mouse move to rotate 30K. Okay, but that's function unhandled event or unhandled input event. If event is input event mouse button underscore index equals button left. If event dot pressed print click that else was released. Interesting. Okay, their example of this thing is not very helpful. See if this one has a thing. Which is attached to an area 2 with collision shape circles. The child mouse motion is detected when I hover the collision shape, hence the first print statement is shown. With the left mouse button click isn't, the action is custom map registered to the left mouse button. All devices, according to everything around online, they should be able to detect left mouse click. The area 2 is pickable. There are no control. Yep, this presents an exact issue. Is use input is action pressed. The parameter is completely different from the action defined in the project settings. If event type equals button. motion. Let me also check debug and realize I'm also getting stuck on income. 1 second. The fuck? Term notification. It really feels like I am though. It's just like, hi, if your mouse cursor can't move, please try anything. Throw a brick at it. Disclaimer. All right, I want to try and get this figured out, and then I want to call that a stream. That's what I'm doing. I want to be able to click on the thing and then call it a stream. Is anybody going for the Caterpie? It's Bug Friend. Look at that cute little Bug Friend. Look at the Caterpie. All right. Input event viewport event shape. IDX. Doodle-doo-doo. Print input detected. Yep. So that works. Okay. Back up to area G or area 0.gd. All right. Input is action pressed. Just near those changes have allowed to detect with mouse click and using code instead with input into an event, then fire the statement. Second suggestion to match the Godot for syntax dimension, but it's up to require syntax as in fire print statement. Okay. Also, this doesn't have to be event. This is just click. Or click, it has to be event. Oh my gosh. Event. I'm slowly losing my mind. One second. Oh, it's just input. If input is action pressed click. Print. Let's just see if this works. And this, we change over to hover. Nope. Okay. Button that. Sorry, I'm just like reading this thing. It's like, what about mouse motion wasn't adjusted at all? So check the debugger. Okay, so they're having a different issue with that one. Okay, event is only within the function, apparently. So if event is action press click. See, and that's not... Okay, a different click is not declared in the current scope. Well, you think. You know what? Fine then. Where's that very first game? The test game, because they had us do that. Let's figure out what did they have me fucking define the directions and everything in here. Okay, player says if is function process 0 delta, and if you're pressing any of these buttons, if action pressed, move right. Okay, I need a semicolon at the end, maybe? I don't fucking know. If input is action press. Okay, get rid of the plant one. We don't need plant one up right now. Is action pressed, click. I guess I need quotes around it. What? I thought I had quotes on the first. Okay. Okay. See, that's just saying clicked. It should. It. That's not me pressing it. That's me hovering my fucking cursor over it. Yeah, all it's doing is just telling me that, like... Are you sure you're not clicking the mouse button so rapidly you didn't notice? Maybe that's why I have all the wrist pain in the past, you know? I could just click at such an unhumanly fast speed that my body was just fraying at the ends. And this is just how I'm discovering my superpower. My hand is constantly vibrating at subatomic levels. Maybe that is the answer. How to click and drag items around a UI Godot 4. Maybe I should just look up the exact thing I'm looking for and see what people say, huh? Okay, they're saying that the hardest part is detecting that the mouse is dragging stuff, which is fair. That is going to be a thing. But, what's it? You need to check what it is in relation to that. Okay. Dragging jobs is somewhere. It's a basic idea too. Second. Drag and drop script. Dude, this is so long ago when this was done. Okay, how to drag and drop Godot 4. Yeah, dog. I'm gonna have to call this a stream because I am losing my mind. And I feel like I am not going to learn shit right now. Like, I want to get this working, but I can't find an easy way to just detect when I've clicked a damn thing. Without going through, like, okay, because... I guess not in here. Oh god, in the other fucking game I have. I have the thing for, the watering can, which is kind of the same. In all honesty, it's very similar to the watering can system, but that required a lot of rigmarole and going back and forth and like confirming different states in order to work. And it's like, oh, I really feel like I have to do some better way. I might approach this later and just copy paste what I did for the watering can. But right now, I think that'll have to be it for me. I've been live for 2.5 hours. You tried cinnamon about it? Have you tried cinnamon about it? Consider cinnamon. All right, pulling up the ending scene. Thank you all so much for watching. Who be live? Who do be live, though? Not anyone on my immediate list. Kind of don't want to go searching for a random as well. So I'm going to call that a stream. Thank you all so much for joining me. Have a lovely rest of your day. Remember, tomorrow is going to be the Archipelago. Oh, and Artemis has joined in as well. You have basically until tonight to, I'll just say this much. Reacting to input events is 100% divorced from the concept of what you're doing. It's up to you to associate inputs with the context of... Fuck. All right, well, I guess I know what we're doing on Monday then. But yeah, tomorrow we're doing Archipelago. That should be a wild time. You do have until the end of tonight, or the end of the day today, to enter if you haven't yet and are interested in it, or to change your input if you want to change what you have. I'll see y'all then. Remember, we're going live at noon instead of 10 a.m. Central Time, so 2 hours later than today's starting time. And we're just gonna go for a while. I have no idea what this is gonna be. I have no idea what this experience is gonna be like. It might be fun. I don't know. Be there, be square. I don't know. See ya! Bye!